Welcome, welcome one and all, friends and new faces. My name's Jack, and I'm here with Rubberman Golf. Today I have a very special guided meditation in store for us. Don't let that word scare you. Meditation is for everybody, every mind, every golfer, or every athlete, or any person who's just looking to get into mindfulness. The aim of this meditation today is to help us reset in between each shot. It's really easy to get wrapped up in our thoughts, whether it's about the last shot, the next shot, or something that's not even happening on the golf course. Something going on at home, something going on at work, whatever. The purpose of this meditation is going to help us be able to reset and reframe our mind in between shots, when we step up to the tee box, when we just get to start a round. Like I said, this is for every body, every mind. So when you are ready, you can join me in finding a nice, comfortable place to sit, and we'll get started. All right, now let us approach our practice here. As we do, I'm going to make it really clear. There's no rules, there's no success metric or failure with meditation. All we're doing here is beginning to pay attention on purpose to the present moment in a non-judgmental way. So with that being said, let's find our seat. And as we come into our seat, we just want to easily settle in here. There's no rush to relax, no forcing. You can just kind of feel yourself floating down into your seat. And since this is a practice in non-judgment, the skill of non-judgment, I want you to just pay attention to your posture. In whatever way you're sitting, allow it to be the way where you can take the easiest breath. A posture that doesn't require too much thought or focus. You can be sitting up tall. You can be laying back with your feet kicked up. No rules. You'll start to notice here the rules that we think we need to abide by are things that we kind of just make up in our own heads. So yeah, as we come into our practice here, notice, is there any expectation that you set for yourself or for myself or for the people around you? Do you have an expectation of how your meditation is supposed to look? And if you do notice anything, consider that a step in the right direction. Not a bad thing. Because after all, the purpose of this time we have together here is to work on observing our judgments. And to begin our observation, we'll bring our full attention into our breathing. We'll begin by taking a deep breath into the belly. Follow the sensation as far as you can. And gently exhale, release the breath. And with your next breath, we'll do the same thing. Fill the belly, and this time allow it to rise up through your chest and your lungs. With a slow exhale. And this is how we establish our breathing, by taking the deepest breaths we've taken yet today. This sets us up to let the body relax, let the mind relax. As we breathe here, we're just going to stay with the physical sensations, what we can feel. So feeling the belly rise, feeling the chest expand. You may even notice there's a gentle whisper in the back of your throat with each exhale. And there's a sensation of cool air touching the tip of the nostrils with your inhale. Now, if you put all these sensations together, you have a complete breath you can follow all the way through the body from the precise point where it begins all the way to the bottom of your exhale. And this is like our anchor in our meditation practice. It's like a rope that we can hold on to, the breath. The breath is going to keep us focused. It's going to keep us grounded. It's going to keep us present. It's also going to help us to not get sucked up in our thoughts. Sometimes it feels like my thoughts and my judgments have a gravitational pull. When we focus on the breathing, and you may notice it here, your thoughts may be a little more quiet. You might feel your attention shifting out of your thoughts and into your body. That's what the breath helps us with. And after all, this is just a simple exercise in observation, sharpening our awareness and our focus. And not just that, but being able to put our focus where we want it, instead of our mind leading us in a different direction. Notice how you're in control here. You choose where your attention goes. And so for just the next few moments, we're gonna do our best to keep our attention in the breath. And if you do notice your attention drifting off, judgmental thoughts, expectations, do your best just to bring your attention right back into the sensation of the breathing. Feel your diaphragm and the muscles drawing the breath in and gently releasing the breath out. Nice job, good breath. Now that we've established our breathing, we're gonna travel deeper into our practice. And now that we've established our breathing, I'm going to guide us through what's called a 5-4-3-2-1 technique. And maybe you've heard of this before, and if you have, I invite you to do your best to allow this to be a new experience without judging and saying, I know what this is going to be about. See if you can just allow this to be new and fresh. And so we'll begin this exercise by opening the eyes very gently if they're closed, and beginning to observe 5 things that you can see around you. And without listing them, see if you can really take your time and describe with adjectives, colors, shapes, sizes, numbers, the things that you see around you. I see 3 picture frames, and they're holding different pictures of different colors. Once you've observed 5 things you can see, we're gonna observe 4 things we can hear. So allow yourself to be really still, and I'll give you the first one, the sound of my voice. Perhaps you can even hear the sound of your breathing. Listen for sounds that are near and sounds that are far away. Sounds that are pleasant and sounds that are unpleasant. And without judgment, see if you can just observe until you find 4 sounds that come together to make the symphony of the present moment. With your next breath, we're going to observe 3 things that we can feel. And this requires us to pay attention just in a slightly different way. Perhaps you can feel your attention being drawn inward. Whereas the first two, seeing and hearing, we were observing outward. Start to feel inward. Maybe you feel the sensation of your clothes resting on your skin. Maybe you feel the temperature. You feel your feet planted on the floor, the base of your spine firmly in your seat. You can feel the force of gravity holding you in place. 3 things we can feel. As we journey deeper, we will observe 2 things that we can smell. This really requires us to pay careful attention. 2 things we can smell. And finally, 1 thing that you can taste. Perhaps you have a piece of gum or sour candy or something to snack on. Whatever it is, 1 thing you can taste. And we'll take just a moment here to end on a mindful note. If it's comfortable, you can allow your eyes to close and notice if those thoughts that you began the practice with, any of those expectations are still present. Maybe you just notice them by looking for an expectation. But perhaps you notice through that practice, through that exercise, we were able to reframe our focus. After all, this was not an exercise in thinking. This was an exercise in observing. And we'll just hang out here for a few mindful breaths, residing in our 5 senses. Just noticing what there is to notice. And when you're ready, you can begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. As we come back to the surface, coming back into our day. I hope that meditation practice helped you feel more prepared, more equipped to step up for your next shot or to approach whatever the next obstacle, the next endeavor is in your day. This exercise helps us to reset and to focus on what's right in front of us. And if we practice this with frequency, you'll find that each time you step up to the ball, you'll have a space, a blank space that you can inhabit, free of thought, free of judgment, where you can focus on the now and play your best. That's the goal here. So if you're new to meditation and mindfulness, I thank you for joining me. If this is something that you're interested in practicing more of, stick around with this channel. We do yoga, we do mindfulness, we do meditation, all for the purpose of improving our golf game and improving the quality of our life, man. That's what this is about. So, as always, thank you for being here with me today. I am Jack, and I will see you next time, friend. Peace. Girl.